Alright, it's back playing Dragon Age. And my character looks very confused. There's a crow in the background. I turned down the sound effects because they seemed incredibly loud for some reason, even though they were set at things like 3 point something out of 10 on the audio thing. But hopefully now it's just not as horribly loud compared to everything else. The sound had struggles on this game. So, last time they had just finished going through Lothering. Had a horrible nightmare thing. Alistair's like, don't worry, bro, you'll get used to it. And it's like, okay, cool, thanks. Love looking forward to that. And then we see all of these quest markers and people to talk to. So this might just be talking to people. This game is so long. But I know I can pseudo story speedrun it. Okay. Talk to Alistair first.
What do you need?
You wanna talk about Duncan? It's been a while and he got super McMurdered, but you seem to like him a lot.
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
I didn't, but that doesn't mean, like, I can't talk to you about it to see how you're doing. Like, he was like your father figure. And, like, I also had my entire family McMurdered as well, so.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize for that. You are allowed your emotions.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
But he had you, Alistair. He had you. Even though it was only for a few months, he still had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
I mean, I understand that. With the whole situation back in High Ever.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
Dude, did you completely forget my situation? Dude. For real?
Oh, of course. How stupid of me to forget. Here I am going on and on about Duncan, and you... I am so sorry. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Anytime, bro. Maybe I'll go with you when all this is said and done to set up numerous memorials while you put up that one.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Okay. Next, let's talk to Roland over here. Oops, wrong button. There we go.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Let's talk about what had just happened, considering the situation.
Of course.
Alright, what happened at the castle?
Maker knows. We were all caught by surprise. Hal had been on good terms with your family for years. Nobody suspected anything. The soldiers arrived in the morning as planned to march to battle, but they attacked us instead. I tried so hard to save the castle and everyone in it. I could not.
not your fault, though, dude.
I know that, to an extent. I just can't stop thinking that all my hard work and training could not prevent that from happening.
But you did your best, and that's all anyone could ask for.
Thank you. You are very kind. But this taught me a hard lesson I will not forget.
Let's talk, Liliana.
Yes?
I'd like to talk, seeing as how you're kind of a weirdo.
Well, here I am.
So about the vision.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
Yeah. No, I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
There is indeed. Oh yeah, Sten, we gotta outfit you, my bro. There we go. Anyway, I'm trying to click on the character game.
Why are we stopping?
And we're working together. I should probably get to know who you are, considering you said you murdered a bunch of people.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I'd know if I could trust you.
I am Kunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
You said you were in the army?
I am.
Like, why have the Kunari sent soldiers here?
The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world.
That didn't really answer my question.
No, I didn't.
I see. Alright then. Have you seen war, my friend?
I have always fought in war, human.
Ah, so you know your way around the battlefield.
Some of them. They aren't all alike.
You know what? Alright, let's just keep moving.
As you wish.
You don't get a lot out of Sten. You just don't. Alright, where is... Okay. We have Morgan here. We have DLC quest. DLC. I forget which part I do that DLC. Is it 2 missions in or what? 2 missions in. Yeah, that's safe.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service once again. I saw your camp and remembered the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Like, yeah. Oh yeah, you're free to stay. Just mind yourselves, don't get into trouble.
Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Enchantment.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
So what's your story, though, my dude?
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Lost Glory?
Our kingdoms once spanned the length of Thados, from majestic Orzammar to Kalsharok to glittering Darmalin far to the west. They say the gold and silver veins ran so thick through the stone of Darmalin that the entire city sparkled. The Darkspawn took it all, of course. One by one, the old Tigers fell, and then all that was left was Orzammar. But we were talking about how I ended up here, weren't we? One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
I see. What happened then?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me.
Dude.
The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Hold on. You know what? Better to do something with them than leave them to rot. Sometimes it's not stealing if the person is already dead.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Yeah. Fascinating story. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Like, where do your goods come from now? Now that you're not on the deep roads.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the lost tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Ah, so you're not stealing the items. You're just protecting the items from being destroyed or lost to history because their neglectful owners forgot to take them with them. That seems completely reasonable. It's much better than having the Darkspawn take it all.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
You didn't mention your son in your tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here, I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Maybe one day. Now, blood isn't all that important. It is not the important at all.
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Alright, so let me see your wares, Bodon.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go. Actually, da-da-da-da-da-da. Where is it? Is it? I thought there was one where it's... Maybe it's in others. Scroll. Yes, they are. So these are... The Grey Warden hand puppet, stick, fat loot, all those things. These are from the Feast Day Gifts and Pranks. Little fun April Fool's DLC. And each party member has 2 items that give plus 50. One gives plus 50 approval points, and then another one gives plus 50 disapproval points. So you can give them all the items, and they eventually balance each other out. So you don't super, cheat on them. But what else is you can... Some of the items actually give them special interaction. And also, since this came out later, it actually it actually has some spoilers on which party members you can get. But and then you have things like the sugar cake, thoughtful gift, and then lump of charcoal and rotten onion. They have multiples, so you can kind of control how well someone likes you throughout the game if you're going for a specific relationship by the end. Let me take this backpack. No, I'm here. Okay, I've managed all of that. Let's see how Morrigan's holding up.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Let's see. Alright, is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Human? I mean, from what I could tell.
Oh, she certainly was human. Once. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I've heard a little bit of it, but I'm more interested in the truth.
I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Alright, let's do this.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
So how long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Yo, it's kind of messed up, bro. Like, I could see why she would be mad about that.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Okay, that seems even worse. So did she truly love Osen, or was she just mad that she was duped?
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Alright, which she never invaded, or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
How is it that she's been alive for so long? You said centuries.
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Let's see. Aren't abominations usually like insane horrors? You know? Which is why they're called abominations.
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect even to her.
But the legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters. Do you have the sisters?
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
I see. Why does she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has coloured her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
An interesting story. Thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
Well, funny you should say that. My mother died recently, in fact.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Morgan approves +5, which negates the -5 we got immediately. And that quest marker thing is mostly just for the feast day pranks and stuff. I'll deal with that later. Well, we didn't talk to Sandal.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
I'm glad he's so happy about that. Farewell. That's all I needed to do. And now... I should probably talk to him. Let's talk to Dog first.
Oh, why, you little...
What happened?
Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
I mean, that was kind of your own fault. And like... yeah, there's like barely any blood there. Barely any. Barely any at all.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Good dog, though. Good dog. That's your food. You won't let nobody take it. Levi, what's up?
You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners? The name
Excuse
is
me?
Levy. Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Drayden's a black name. Your family lost its land and titles.
But Tan Kuzlan's daughter should be well aware that in politics things are seldom as they seem. Say what you will of my family, we are ardent Warden supporters and have been since the beginning. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
And what promise did Duncan make to you?
Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Okay, that's a bit drastic.
And then some. Not much is known about that time. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one, and our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
I'm surprised you kept your name.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that.
Alright. So, what was this favor you asked of Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
Can you just go there by yourself?
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arlen's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
And, what do you need from me? I'm guessing you want me to go there and do it for you?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Yeah, your family's faith will be rewarded. I will help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
I'm not doing that for a while. We gotta be a little bit beefier before that happens. Let's see. No, that's not so bad. Let's actually talk to Roland one more time because he didn't really tell us too much.
My friend, I have to admit that I am curious about the role and responsibilities of a Grey Warden. I understand that the rites involved in the ceremony are kept secret, but please tell me, how does one become a Grey Warden?
Bro, let me tell you this nonsense, okay? I don't even care if it's a secret. Alright, so they made us drink this darkspawn blood, and like 2 people got super murdered. Not by the darkspawn blood. Only 1 person died from the darkspawn blood. The other person got shanked. And now here I am.
So drinking darkspawn blood makes you a Grey Warden? I'm sure it must entail something else aside from that. My only future was to be a mere soldier, a knight at the castle, or perhaps an army commander someday. But when Duncan arrived and showed interest in me, I was ecstatic. I was thinking that maybe I could not only fight at your side, but become a warden myself.
Like, it's not easy. It requires other unknown ingredients. They just kind of mentioned the blood part to us.
It's a shame that you don't know anything else about the joining. There must be some document still, somewhere. Maybe?
Like, bro, like, I just said, they can die if their bodies cannot withstand the wardening.
So only the fittest survives. I'd like to think Duncan saw something in me that led him to believe I would survive as well. What you tell me is a bit disturbing, but I think I would have tried nevertheless.
Bro, you's wild. You is wild. I mean, I guess it's a risk that every hopeful would want to take. Yeah, but there is, like, kind of no way back from this. I mean, if you're cool with all that situation, yeah, sure, you go for it.
One that I'm still willing to take, if I ever have the chance. I'd like to live that life.
It's up to you, bro. It's up to you. 100. Okay.
Yes.
Indeed. Indeed.
Indeed.
Alright, so basically... what we're going to do, map-wise, so this is Lothering, right over here. And it is going to disappear as soon as we go to the next area, because the blight will overtake it. This little, black stain, I believe, represents the blight in its progress throughout the lands. And see, this is Flemeth's hut. Ostagar is already in there and kind of screwed. And over here's the Kokari Wilds. It's a little bit further away from the main section of what's going on with the Blight. It's heading straight for Lothering. And this is the order. There's a bunch of things here. This is the order I generally go in for the game. So first, we're going to head over to Redcliff, see what's going down with Arl Eamon. Then I'm going to go to Mage Tower. Then we will go do some other stuff. Then deal with the elves. Anyway, do other stuff. Hit up Denerim. Deal with the elves. Then down at Orzammar is going to be near the very, very end. And then there's going to be some side quest stuff in between. But that's the general map of what I'm going to be doing. So let's head off to Redcliff. Oh no! An event. A combat event.
Ah!
What a beautiful song, Liliana. Let's go.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us.
Who is
Follow
they?
me. I'll take you to them.
Who is they? Stop running. I have to pick up elf fruit. Stop, stop, stop. Wait.
Trap.
That's not good. I've already identified this as a trap. Oh well, guess we'll proceed anyway. Wait, can I? Yeah, no, it won't let me. Oh no, it's an elf! Clearly, they are up to no good.
The Grey Warden dies here!
Seems extreme, my friend. Whoop.
No mercy.
Cross me out.
Get him! Ow. Oh! Hey, everyone. I would like it if you, focused on the magic caster real quick. Also, Morgan, you start taking out the archers, please. Thank you.
I shall do it.
Get him! I died.
I love this.
We didn't get the mage fast enough. Liliana, why aren't you using health item? Did I not set your tactics? I don't think I set your tactics. Fix that later.
Can't fight as poorly as you smell.
Alistair! Use a health potion. I know I put this in your tactics to use health potions. You are clearly not paying attention. Do that, please. Thank you. Please use health potion. Before you rush into someone.
So fast. And that too.
Alright.
All
Good.
right, battle it is then.
Now we play a little.
It's done.
You should
Over
run
here.
while you can.
Alistair, stop walking into traps.
Right away.
Oh my god, Alistair. I have to fix these tactics. Everyone's acting like fools.
It's done.
You don't have to walk that far, Liliana. You're an archer. Alistair gets stunned immediately. Alright. The Elven Assassin is wounded and unconscious, but alive. You could tie him up and talk to him if you wished. Wake him up.
Oh, what? Oh, I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
I mean, that could be easily rectified.
Of that I have no doubt. You are most skilled. If you haven't killed me, however, you must have kept me alive for some purpose, yes?
You seem awfully glib for a prisoner.
It is my way, or so I am told. Let's see then. I assume you kept me alive to ask me some questions, yes? If so, let me save you time and get right to the point. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
I'm rather happy you failed, my friend.
So would I be, in your shoes. For me, however, it sets a rather poor precedent, doesn't it? Getting captured by a target seems a tad detrimental to one's budding assassin career.
Well, too bad for you, then.
Yes, it's true. Too bad for me.
Alright, what are the Antivan Crows, first and foremost?
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva, very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
Ah, not for being good assassins, I see.
Oh, fine. Is that what you Fereldans do? Mock your prisoners? Such cruelty.
Alright, so... who exactly hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logan, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Alright, so Logain's head needs to go on a pike. As soon as possible. Double notate that. Alright, so... when were you to see him next? You know, in case I wanted to pay a visit.
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logan of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logan then.
Alright, how much were you paid? You got any on you?
I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Well, that means we can't loot you. Alright. So, why are you a Antivan Crow then? It's got so many downsides.
Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The Crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The Crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
Alright, thanks. I'll take that under advisement.
You seem like a bright girl. I'm sure you've other options.
Alright, does that mean you're loyal to Logan?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
And now you have failed that service.
Oh, well, that's between Logan and the Crows, and between the Crows and myself.
And between you and me.
Isn't that what we're establishing now?
Alright. By the way, why are you telling me all of this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
I see. So it's easily persuaded, are you? For our means, aren't you at least loyal to your employers?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
Alright, I'm listening.
Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the Crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the Crows pause, so let me serve you instead.
Can I expect the same amount of loyalty from you?
I happen to be a very loyal person, up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose.
Alright, and what's to stop you from finishing the job later?
To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
And why exactly would I want your service?
Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the Antivan Crows attempt something more sophisticated, now that my attempts have failed. I could also stand around and look pretty if you prefer. Warm your bed. Fend off unwanted suitors, no?
No. Zevran, no. Is this before or after you stabbed me in the back?
These things you say, they must drive the men back home simply wild. So what shall it be? I'll even shine armor. You won't find a better deal, I promise.
Alright, and what do you want in return?
Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
You know what? I accept your offer.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea?
Alright, Alistair, hear me out. Clearly, this is a very accomplished and reasonable businessman. He tried to fill a contract. That contract has now fallen through. And now he is open to be rehired again. So if we hire him, then no one else can hire him to come after us. You see what I'm getting at?
All right. I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
A fine plan, but I would examine your food and drink far more closely from now on, were I you.
That's excellent advice for anyone.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan Crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Nice. Now we got Zev on the team. We got Zev hanging out. Now, who to take with us to Redcliff? Let's take Zevran.
Blood and damnation.
Everyone gets so mad when you don't take them with you. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Alright. What's up for Dog? Dog just lays down, takes a nap. Yeah. Liliana liked that decision. No one else did, though.